be here today because I'm with Miss Olivia Erica in her home.
You're so nice to me.
She has a dog, guys. She has an actual dog. I don't have a dog.
We'll show you.
We've just filmed a video for her channel. It goes into her past.
My secret past.
Her
that you have to watch to find out.
Basically, her channel's all about mental health, and we discussed her eating disorder in that video. So if you want to see that video, pause this one and go and watch that, because it'll make a lot more sense if you watch that one first and then watch this one.
Well, I speak very erratically, so
you have a lot of stories. Okay, yeah. So we discussed her eating disorder in the previous video, and in this one we're going to be addressing like how she overcame / copes with this eating disorder. Would you say that this is something that still affects you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, are you recovered? No. Yeah, for sure still affects me.
If you didn't watch the video, which you should have,
given you plenty of time.
What you were diagnosed with.
Recap. Okay, so I was diagnosed with EDNOS, which is eating disorder not otherwise specified. The classifications now might have changed, but like at the time, that's what it was. Meaning I didn't fit all of the criteria for anorexia, didn't fit all the criteria for bulimia, because it's like all subtypes and stuff. It's super complicated.
Yeah.
So just not otherwise specified. But I would restrict and I would purge.
So that's what you were diagnosed with, and that was about how many years ago?
10 years ago.
Yeah, that was about 10 years ago. So would you say that
Isn't that sad?
It's a long life of hardship. So would you say that this is something that still affects you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always kind of there in like foods that you like can and can't and shouldn't eat, but not in the regards of what is healthy and what's not healthy. There's like safe foods.
It's like rules.
Yeah, but like they make no sense.
Okay, it's the eating disorder brain.
It like makes no sense. So you can have like safe foods and things that like are not safe, and like if you're in a good place, you should generally hopefully be able to eat kind of like whatever you feel like. But there might be days where you're like, no, I can't eat too much of this thing or that thing, and it's like literally not logical. It could be like yogurt. And
it's a control thing, or it's a body image thing, or it's both.
Both, because I think it stems from control, but it kind of turns into body image, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Because you do things like you body check in the mirror and see if your body was the same as 5 minutes ago, or like weigh yourself like 6 times a day to see if anything's changed. Like it doesn't matter.
When you wake up, like overnight, like you check in the morning.
Yeah. Or like when you like drink a glass of water, see if you weigh more or like how much more, and like, you know, by the end of the day, did you lose anything from when you wake up? But nah, I think it's always there. And when I am particularly depressed, I will stop eating for no reason other than it's like comforting, actually.
It's a pattern that you've formed over 10 years, and going back to that feels comfortable.
Yeah.
And my whole channel is pretty much about diet culture. You know, you're aware of diet culture. You watch my videos.
Yes.
Yes. Do you find the way that society kind of depicts how our bodies should look and what food we should eat has impacted your recovery?
Yeah, because it's like you might be feeling good and then you go on Instagram and you see so many different variants as well, because there's all like the fitness people who are like literally no, but not like you, because they don't work, you know, they spend 24 hours doing their fitness, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, it's their job to look like a fitness model, like a bikini model.
Yeah, and you know, they have the money to eat all the food perfectly, and they have the time or whatever, and then you have the other way where it's like all of the models, and then as in like the famous actual models like Barbara Palvin or whatever.
Oh, legit
like,
models.
oh my god, yeah, she's so Victoria's Secret, whatever. And then you have the influencers as well. So it's like, if you're interested in fitness, or if you're interested in fashion, or if you're interested in anything, pretty much there's always some version of like the perfect girl body. And like you just can't escape it.
And then also, as well as I guess as you touched on, people having the dietitians, the perfect like exercise routines and everything to like get them into this perfect standard shape, then they go and Photoshop that and not disclose it.
I don't understand that. I just don't get it. Why would you do that? Their whole business is based off someone else's insecurity, and then, you know, they post their own pictures and stuff and they still feel the need to edit it. So they're part of their own target audience.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. They're trying to sell a product to help you lose weight, but then they go and Photoshop their own body.
It's like they don't even think that they're good enough.
Yeah, they're part of their own target audience. You're right.
That's really stupid.
It's so dumb. With recovery, do you kind of have to like shut that off? It would be isolating, like any kind of interest.
Anything.
You have to like shut off your interests?
Pretty much. See, it's hard too, because I have so many from the modeling, I have so many like photographer and filmography friends, like it's like, do I just not look at what they're posting? Everything that you do is like a very mindful choice. It's like, okay, if I'm going to go on Instagram, I'm going to not look at these pictures. Or if I know that I need new underwear and I'm going to look at Victoria's Secret, it's like I'm going to look, like, ignore the bodies, and I know that they're photoshopped. And it's like, you just have to literally remind yourself of that all the time. And like, you know, those girls with the burgers and then they don't eat them.
Yeah, they just take a photo of them because I'm so relatable.
Yeah, right. It's you just have to remind yourself that it's all essentially a trap. The whole thing is advertising.
But you're very aware of this and obviously very educated, but I think a lot of people...
Yeah, imagine all like the young girls. I guess we're lucky because of the age that we are. Instagram wasn't always there.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Not Instagram, which is very like in your face all the time. You've got it right there on your phone. But I guess it was still on TV, which like wherever you were viewing entertainment, it was always there. Like I remember growing up watching The Biggest Loser and thinking like that was what you should do.
I believe that's a show. Like work so hard, like, you know, that you're vomiting.
That was a thing. And like the more weight you lose in a week, the better. Like if you don't lose X amount of weight in this week, then you're letting kicked off. You're A, gonna get kicked off, and B, letting everyone down.
And no rewards. And you don't get the big prize of money. Like, don't worry about your health. Like, you're here for the money.
There was no like sense of balance in shows like that. We didn't have social media like constantly in our face, but wherever you seek entertainment, like whether it be magazines, like the Dolly magazines and stuff. I can't really remember if there was like, I'm sure there was photoshopping in there.
No, they did, because I remember they brought in little disclaimers that said like, image is or isn't, or like, you know, we're trying to be more anti-Photoshop. They did start doing that one stage, but you're right. It's not Instagram, it was other things at the time. Yeah.
For people that don't know, like you're educated and I kind of have an idea, but for people that don't know and are struggling with this, do you have a message for them?
Do I have a message for them?
You're like my celebrity guest.
Oh it's more kind of like about how self-aware you are, if that makes sense. So if you know that you have an issue with food or with body image or whatever, I think if you share that with someone, being open and talking about it is so useful. You know, if there's something particularly triggering, be like, hey, this thing makes me feel like shit for this reason. Does that happen with you? And you'll probably find that most people will be like, yeah, same.
Because we're all just trying to make it in this big wide world.
Yeah, it's a lot of people just don't talk about things.
Especially when it comes to mental health.
Yeah, like, but it's so common. And I mean, like body image issues, like I can guarantee like every woman has issues, so why not just talk about it? Like, you don't need to. There
would be so many cases of undiagnosed.
Yeah.
So many cases. Think about every woman that's in your life. Now think about how many of those have at one point in their life been on a diet. Being on a diet, to me, where losing weight is like at the forefront of why you're doing any kind of food, which is 24/7 or exercise, means you're unhappy with your body, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. And like every morning you wake up and you get dressed and be like, what can I do to hide my XYZ thing?
Yeah, I need to wear my Spanx underneath my skirt, or how can I make this bulge disappear, or you know,
instead of being like, this is my human body.
It's my meat suit which carries me around.
It's so terrifying. How
it is, it's just flesh, you know?
No, but it's true. And I think there's probably so many other people with insecurities too, and I think just literally talking about it, like, it makes all the difference.
Yeah. Talk about it with your friends, talk about it with your fam. Everyone's kind of going through the same kind of thing. We hope that...
Oh, the lights.
The lights. I think that's our cue. It's like, the ring light's like, stop talking. So we hope this video has been helpful. If you liked it, make sure you check out Olivia's video and her channel. It's all about mental health and it is a fantastic channel. She's a fantastic storyteller and I'm so glad to call her a friend.
Oh, bless.